name's Beth Ferris and I'm the editor of the Business Travel magazine, and I would like to welcome you to our latest Business Travel podcast. This is the third in a series of podcasts as part of our Business Travel Ambassadors campaign, and it's where I speak to people in the industry whose son or daughter has also joined the industry. And today I'm absolutely delighted to be welcoming Tracey Wilson and her daughter Libby, who both work for Blue Cube Travel. Hello.
Hello, hi Bev.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Very well, thank you. Yeah, really, really well.
We had some IT issues setting up this call.
We did. Very sorry about that. Yeah, I'm good at being a travel agent, but not at IT, I'm afraid.
So basically, this is a nice sort of short, snappy podcast where I just ask you first. Let's just go straight into it. Tracey, tell me how you got into travel. Just a kind of brief summary of your career, how you got to be operations director of Blue Cube Travel.
Wow. Okay. So very quickly, I've been in the business now for 34 years. I started at the young age of 17. I was a work experience girl in the holiday shop selling retail, so holidays and rail tickets. Started off stamping brochures, and then the boss there decided to take me on. I thought I was going to go on and do A-levels and wasn't clever enough for A-levels, so he offered me a job and I took it. And then they offered me a position in the business travel sector about 3 years after doing leisure. And then I worked there for 15 years, purely business travel, became the operations manager. And then I had my first son, and then I had Libby. I was on maternity leave, and Mel and Kenny started up Blue Cube Travel. They offered me a position, so I joined them, and here I am 19 years later.
Wow.
And I was just doing 2 days a week, and then 3 days, and then I went full time when Libby went to secondary school. And yeah, here we are. So I've been here now 19 years.
So what made you want to go from leisure to business travel when you were back at what age of 20? Is that right? Around that time?
Yes, yeah, I was about 20, 21. I loved the leisure travel because I loved dealing with people. And when they asked me, I was like, no, I really don't want to, because I just love the interaction with the people coming in the shop. And then they just said, give it a try. So I tried it and absolutely loved it. Within a week, I could not go back to leisure, and just really got into the business travel side of things. And I've loved it ever since. Just very passionate about it. I just love delivering a very good, high quality service.
So I guess with the business travel, you're seeing the same. You're dealing with the same people on a regular basis, as opposed to with the leisure, where I imagine it's kind of like people come and they go. Or I mean, I don't know. Is that
with leisure? There was the regulars that came in all the time, and then you had just people walk in and you'd never see them again.
Yeah.
Whereas with the corporate side, you are dealing with the same people all the time, but you build up a relationship with them. Lots of clients have become very, very good friends.
Yeah.
And then you get new clients and you build up another relationship. So it's nice.
Definitely. Okay, so let's go to you, Libby. How did you tell me about your career so far?
So I was in a nursery doing an apprenticeship for 2 years, and then I just wanted to leave and start something new. And Mum said that they've got a place here in finance team, so I said, why not? And I've been here since October 2021 now.
Okay.
And love it. Yeah, it's great.
Presumably they put you through the usual interview process and everything to get the job.
Yeah.
Get the job.
No, yeah, it was a bit of they knew who I was anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've also when I was, can't remember how old I was, maybe 14, 15, I came in and helped out a little bit.
Okay.
Done bits here and there, because obviously Mum's been doing it since I was a baby, so
yeah.
I've known everyone and I've been in and out helping. So yeah.
Tell me what your actual role is then. What do you do? What's your day to day?
So invoicing, getting receipts from hotels, sending them to clients, statements, all things like that, to do with like behind the scenes really.
Yeah.
Don't speak to the clients as much as reservations, so yeah.
Is that something you want to do eventually, or
No,
not
at all. Do you mean reservations or?
Yeah, well, yeah, just actually dealing with the clients. That's not something.
Oh yeah, 100%. Not reservations though.
Wow.
I'd stick to finance.
Okay. And why is that? Why do you prefer finance to reservations?
I'm not quite sure. I think it's more
What did you say
um,
to Mel, Libby, when asked to
that
join reservations?
that I've seen my mum be quite stressed. And yeah, well, ever since I've been younger, I've seen what it's like. And just always thought, I don't want to do that. That's too stressful for me. But obviously, I know it wouldn't be. It's different for everybody. But yeah, I personally, I wouldn't want to do that.
So that's the thing with travel. People often think, oh, it's all about the reservations. When in fact, there's so many other roles within
Yeah,
a TMC, and obviously,
like account management, everything. Yeah.
yeah. And so where do you? I mean, I know it's early days. You've only been there a few years. Where would you hope your career would take you? Do you think you'll always stay within travel, or do you think the skills you're getting would could even take you to a different kind of industry? Or have you got?
I have no idea. I think
Oh, sorry, I got distracted by the dog. Then
I
Hello, Frankie.
this is
oh
Sorry.
the family dog, Frankie. For people who's listen to a podcast, Tracy's just put a lovely is it
Frankie the cockapoo.
cockapoo on her lap. So Frankie actually has spent some time in the office at BQ, one of the regulars there, probably been there longer than you, Libby, I think.
yes, since he's a puppy.
Oh, so sorry, go, you've distracted me.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
take Frankie away.
I can't remember what we were saying now.
The breadth, the other roles that are within the TMC, you don't necessarily need to. It's not all about the reservation side.
No, exactly. I wouldn't mind doing account management.
Hmm,
I would be open to anything really. Mainly as I know finance and that's all I have been doing. I'd rather stick with that and just progress in that.
yeah.
But yeah.
So obviously
We
you.
know. Sorry to interrupt, because currently one of the finance guys is doing an accountancy course. So it's not something Libby wants to do right now, but that will be a possibility for her in
Yeah.
the long term. So
Yeah,
yeah, he's doing lots of exams and he will be qualified fairly shortly. And that is something Libby can do, but she doesn't want to do right now because I think she's enjoying life. But that
Yeah.
is something that will be open to her
I
in the
do
coming
think
years.
in a couple of years I would be up for doing that. Because I think you do learn a lot more.
yeah,
And then obviously when you have that qualification you can do a lot more. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I would look into that.
When you were at school, Libby, obviously you knew about the industry because your mum was working in it. But was there any time at school when they talked to you about careers and this was something that was put in front of you, or is this something you really only knew existed because your mum's working in it?
Yeah, basically I kind of knew that it was out there, like just normal travel agencies. So I knew that there was business ones, but you never heard of them at school. Yeah, it's like with everything really. They don't teach you much.
I don't teach
um,
much
I
for.
think you learn more in college as that's what you choose to learn, whereas in school you're given like what you're given, whereas in college you can choose what subject and what you further learn into. So it's a bit different.
Yeah. So I know at Blue Cube you were very good at taking on apprentice, Tracy. Tell me about what you do with students that come and work for you guys.
So we have currently I've got 4 young apprentices that joined us last summer. We've got them from local colleges, so we're working closely with 2 colleges, and they're doing really well. We give them the option that we will just train them in house because we literally just want people to learn on the job. We will teach them everything we know, literally everything. So then they're learning even finance stuff, IT stuff. And then we're going to recruit 2 more this summer and they will literally train them, so they're just doing so well. It's just a rolling thing really. That's how we want to do it every year. We get a couple more and then they will train each other. They work really closely together. We've got one that's actually going to do an apprenticeship, so she will go to college and have an MVQ at the end of this,
Mm-hmm.
and that actually starts today. We've got an interview, and then we've got a team of 3 on our IT department. and they're again, they are doing apprenticeships, so they will have a qualification. But we give them the choice, because some of them, they've left college, they don't want the exams, the college work, the paperwork. They just want to get stuck in. So we give them the choice that, you don't have to be a rocket science to be a travel agent. Just keen, a passion, and are willing to learn and work hard. And we're teaching them all those things.
So you say they're now teaching each other, which is interesting. So because often people who might be thinking about bringing the apprenticeship in think it's the time that they've got to spend training these people. But I guess, as you say, you're bringing them in and they end up training each other. So
yeah, so at the very beginning we sort of buddied them up with a junior with apprentice with a senior consultant, so they're they help them out, and they get to learn everyday things, and then we check in all our clients online, so they start with that, so they get to learn the time zones in different countries, the airport codes, the airlines, the phonetic alphabet, just simple things like that they had no idea about. And yeah, so do online check-ins opens up such a lot for them, and gets them used to the systems, the many systems we've got to use. And then we just progress them with hotel bill backs and online bookings, low cost bookings and hotels. And now they're booking everything pretty much. And they're a real asset to us, really, really do help us, take away, the senior team have got to spend time on big, long itineraries. And the girls help out with all the bits and pieces that we just don't have time to do.
Yeah.
But in the same time, they're learning and they're training, and then they'll train the next ones up with the online check-ins and all that sort of stuff that they've learned, and they will teach them and progress even more. And then in a couple of years they'll be doing everything. So it's working well.
Yeah. So you say you love the industry. What do you love about the industry? I mean, obviously you've been in it a long time.
I think I love the social element. We're very social people, but I think you've got to put in what you get back. So I am very much out there. I do love networking, and I just love starting something and then seeing it through to the end. That you've booked their flights, their hotel, the car, and just seeing that through to the end, and that satisfaction that you've got them to the other side of the world and back, or whatever. And a challenge, everything, there's always a challenge. Something happens in the world and we fix it. And we've got a really, really good team here, work well together to make sure that our clients get there and back again safely.
And how does it work having your daughter in the office and the dog?
It's actually really well. When she first started, I said, "Oh, you're going to call me Mum or Tracey?" And she was just like, "Mum." Sometimes she'll be a bit stroppy, and I'll be a bit stroppy. But no, it works really well. I don't know whether we could work together. Maybe she will decide to come into the ops team one day.
No.
Oh, okay. Can't poach her.
No. So you're in.
I like it here.
Like it. So how far away are you apart from each other in terms of where you sit? I mean, you're not. I know it's all
about 20 meters.
Yeah, not far. I can see her from here.
And where does Frankie the dog go? Does the dog go between the two of you, or does
he has a bed under her desk?
Yes. And all his toys and his blankets, they're all under my feet. So
yeah. Lovely. And we've got lots of dog walkers. They all like taking him out for his little toilet break. So it's good.
Very lucky dog indeed. Well, listen, it's been lovely talking to you. And
thanks, Bev.
Taking the time. I'm glad we managed to get the IT to work in the
eventually, God help us.
Have a great day. Take care.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Bev. Nice to speak to you.
Bye.